Welcome to Design Thinking session. Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. T.S. VENKATESWARAN, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Business Systems, M. Kumarasamy College of Engineering, Karur. So, why design thinking is needed today? Design thinking is a vast area of research and a research need that everyone has to know. First, the thinking has been redefined. This is the motto of design thinking. Design thinking was devised as a course at Stanford University, USA. Later, it was taken by corporate companies and other educational institutions for their research purpose. So, design thinking is made compulsory for all the corporate offices and most of the educational systems. Why design thinking is growing so much faster? First, you can see on the screen that who, what, when, where, why. These are the mantras of design thinking. So, if there is a problem, the motto is there is a solution. So, how I am going to define the solution and how I am going to ideate the solution and how I am going to make a model out of that solution. It talks more about the process, and it also guides the people to follow the process and to complete the task. Design thinking is a course that can be extended by hours and hours. Today my session is just a glance of design thinking. Okay, with one or two case studies I am going to complete. We can go for the next slide. What is design thinking? Design thinking is a methodology that designers use to brainstorm and solve complex problems. So, what is the need for brainstorming? Let us start with a small example. If I am a customer, I want to love my product or I want to like my product. So, the product liked by me or disliked by me will have an impact on the product sales. For example, if I am buying a soap, I want to know what the soap is and what it will react on my skin. Everything I want to know, and I have my own preference also whether to buy this soap or not. For buying, there is a preference. As I said, there is a preference. I have to know what I like about the soap. So the company has to know that my customers will like this, or why they are disliking this product, or any changes needed in upcoming days. For that, there will be a cyclic action throughout the process of the product making. The company will have a feedback session through its customers. The customers will answer to the questions like a feedback or questionnaire, or it may be a mode of any data collection. That data collection will be given to the company. Next, what the people in the company will do, those we are calling as designers. They will innovate, they will have a desire to find the solution, and they also work on never thought before solutions. Okay, there are so many of logics that is design thinking has a set of blend of logic, powerful imagination, systematic reasoning, and it has an institution to get the product in a right manner. The next slide will talk about the origin of design thinking. As I said, it was devised at Stanford University, and it was given to leading universities and corporate houses throughout the globe. As an example, in India, Infosys is made as a mandatory skill for its employee. Those who are joining Infosys have to know or take the course on design thinking. This is all about the simple origin of design thinking. Let's move on to the next slide. So, this is the whole process of design thinking. The first one is empathize phase. The next one is define phase, ideate phase, prototype, and test. These are the 5 steps in design thinking, but there is no order. When I am a researcher or I am a designer, there is no need to follow all these in an order. The order may change according to my needs. First one, empathize. So what's the problem? This is the stage where I will talk about my problems. If I am a company, I will talk to my customers what problem they are facing with my product, or what are the things they need in my product, and what are their expectations in my product. This all will come under empathize state, where I will schedule questionnaires, feedback sessions to my customers, and I will get information from my customers. Then after completing this, what I will do, I will take all the data collected and I will sit and I will prioritize the problems, which one has the highest impact and the next level impact and the low level impact. Like that I will prioritize my data, and I will work on my data to get fine tuned. Later, in the third step, I will devise a model or a policy or a structure with my team, and I will think about how to solve this or how to overcome this stage. So with my subordinates or coordinates or with my colleagues, I will sit and devise a model which is feasible, which I can come over or I can take over. That state is called as prototype state, where I will define a model or a solution. This is the fourth stage. And when getting into the fifth state, I will test my things, how it is going on through feedbacks, or even I can go through some steps to test the product. On best example, in India itself, whenever there is a new car launch, the date will be scheduled by the manufacturers. Before getting into the particular date, they will give for road run test throughout 3000 kilometers to 5000 kilometers throughout India. The car will be packed with plastics, or it will be given with multicolors, that the model won't shown to the public. The car will run on the roads. They will check on the real roads, and the feedback will be given to the manufacturer that this car has passed all the tests or not. And upon that reviews or feedback, they will release the cars. So before releasing the car, there will be a real lifetime test on roads. So these things are matched with the car production. I am just giving an example of car production. Every product has its own style of making customers. Likewise, these are the 5 steps in design thinking that I think so you are very clear with the 5 steps. Once again, I am going to the same topic again: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. Empathize, what's the problem? Define, this is the problem. Ideate, what I can do. Prototype, modeling the structure or the data. Last, how I have overcome the problem with a solution and how the solution is working. So these are all the simple 5 steps in design thinking. So again, the topic empathize is given in detail, where I have to consolidate it, what you do or you don't know, to my customer. That I want to tell them what my product is and what they have known about my product and what I don't know their product, and connect with the user audience. I have to talk with all my customers. All my customers, a proportion or a ratio I have to go with, and I have to collect a feedback or a comment on my product or my service or anything like that. Carefully I have to include research questions. So I have to follow a research approach, where or a model through which I can get their feelings about that product or service. I have to observe and I have to continue ask them what they want. I have to observe and ask them what they really want, and I have to create an understanding. Oh, my customer is seeking this type of model, like that. This stage, empathize, will have all these things. Next, define stage in a brief note. I have to revisit my unknowns. what I have not known about my product, I have to revisit with the users or customers, and I have to distill the research findings, what I have collected so far, and I have to make it into a story, what they really want, and what is the current state, what will be the future, what the product should be taken over into further, and I have to state it as a problem statement. So this is the real problem that I have got from the data, and I have to record everything what I collected from the public or customers. Then the third stage is ideate, where I will take the action, or I will lead into a part where the user really wants to. I will involve multiple teams to solve my problem. I will set a set of rules that accord my development, and I will have a idea generation and a idea evolution set of concepts, and I think I have communicated the ideas, and the ideas are regenerating, and the ideas are iterating with the team, and they will come up with a feasible solution, that solutions that can be carried out. Prototype. When I am getting to the prototype stage, I will always keep my user in my mind, and I will see if I am making a model, how feasible the model will be, if it will be passed or failed, and I have to set the proper tool, which tool or which fidelity will make my product to be success, and I will record everything what I have to test with my product, what I have developed so far. And last, the step is test. So again I will iterate from the first, from the user data collection. I identify who I have to give my product to test, and I have to see what the test results are, and what the test solutions are correct, matched with the user requirements. Again I will go for retest and iterate all the process one again until my product will succeed. So these are the 5 steps that design thinking will mostly speak upon. So I think so I have given a brief introduction about the process, and we can go for the next one. So these are the important concept of design thinking: what, why, who, where, when, how. Without this there is no research. What you want, why you want to change this, who or whom will buy my product, where I can place my product, or where you can talk about my product, and when you will purchase or when you will seek my product, and how product should be. Likewise, the questions can be framed. I am just giving a template. The question is a question. Every mind has a different type of set of questions. All these questions can be framed under these 5 W's and 1 H. This is the we can make this as a mantra of design thinking. Okay, so we'll go for the next one. And the important thing is persona. What is persona? It is a fictional character. Whatever data I am collected, I will make it as a fictional character, and its behaviors, needs and goals and demographics I will split up. Let us an example. Here is an image. This image is about Mary. Mary is a lady. Her demographics are given in the left edge. She is a working mom, 34 years old, lives in Reading and works in London, married with 2 kids, 125k per year household properties. And when I am talking about the behaviors, as a house cleaner, buys takeaway 3 nights per week, frequently feels overwhelmed when she forgets something, and when it comes for needs and goals, help running errands, managing kids, keep thinkings running, time for her girlfriends, to feel like she has been sorted, she wants to clone herself. There is a stress and pressure. So when I am talking to Mary, she has given this much of points, which I have made it into a tabular column with an image, fictional image. It is not the original Mary. I have drawn Mary. This type of fictional characters which I am including in my design thinking is called as persona. I think you hope you have understand persona, we can go for the next one. So types of persona, it is role play, goal matched, and scenario based. When the scenario will achieve, first I have to know the particular persona, what it is going to say about. First one, see the first point, persona defines who the story is about. In the last slide we have seen Mary. This main character has its own attitudes, motivations, goals, and pain points, etc. So what her attitude was, what is her motivations, what is her goal, and what are the pain points she is feeling now. Next we are coming for scenario. Defines when, where, and how the story of the persona take place. The scenario is the narrative that describe how the persona behaves as a sequence of events. So this is like a storytelling, where, when, how the story of the persona took place. Likewise, I have collected everything about Mary. And the third one is goal. Defines what the persona really wants or needs to fulfill. The goal is the motivation of why persona is taking action. When the goal is reached, the scenario ends. So it is like a story. I am just going to meet Mary. She is telling that daily I am running for a job. Really I am running without time bound. I am feeling stress and I have to take a clone of myself. Then only I can manage my kids, my salary, my job, and my households, everything. She was get into a stress part. Now she has to overcome that. So really I have collected all these things. Now the lack is, if I motivate her, she can come out of this. For whom she is working, for what purpose she is running, and what she will be after getting motivated. Like positive energy we can make her to motivate. So whatever I am speaking in a session is just an example. Likewise you can go for further findings. Next, as I said, 5 W's. The problem statement. Whenever there is a problem, I have to turn it into a problem template, statement template. Who has the problem? From my example, Mary has the problem. What the real problem is, it comes here. When or where does the problem occur? When the problem started, where the problem has been really, why it is important to address to the customer, why I have to address the problem. Likewise, let us take a small example of TVS. It is a case study that I took it from our surroundings. When first TVS bike was introduced, all the tires were from the third party MRF. In some 1 or 2 years, TVS got a feedback that the bikes are very hard to handle on roads and the roads are very bumpy like that. But they really found the solution that it is because of the tires. So what they did, they stopped the third party production. They got down into TVS tires and they let the tires into their new production. Now they were very success and no such feedbacks are again and again now. So this is a story where by listening to the customers, TVS has revamped its business and they have leaped into a business giant. So likewise, design thinking will help the brands to rethink them and they remodel their activities. Now I am going to talk about nothing. Nothing stands with everything. Nothing is a company. I hope you everyone know Carl Pei was the CEO of Nothing. The Nothing story was very big. Carl Pei is from OnePlus. One of the founder of OnePlus phone, where he started OnePlus phones and he break through the market and entered through online sales platform where he succeeded like a big corporate within 1 or 2 years, and he made trust on people on OnePlus. So OnePlus was very success Until OnePlus 8, Carl Pei was there with OnePlus, and after BBK Electronics occurred OnePlus, they threw him out of the company. He came out, he sat for 2 years, but he started to think what his future is. He understand one point, he knows only about making phone. So he started to think about the phone. What he did, he started to seek data or input from the public through his website. He started to collect the data. There he found one thing, that every phone releasing in the market has the same features. We are getting bored. So, and he also analyzed what they really like. Most of the people, they said the style of iPhone with aluminum frame, glass back, and front with a Corning Gorilla Glass, they liked. He said, and he exposed his idea to Nothing founder in UK. He called him to UK and he made him as a CEO of Nothing, and he started to work for Nothing. What he did, he took 6 to 1 year to make the product. It looks like an iPhone. Inside it looks like an Pixel. In camera department it acts as a Samsung phone. In speakers it acted as Samsung phone. So he took all the positives of higher brand products as an inspiration, and he started working on his own, where he thought of bringing back the notification light. Not a single light, he made 71 lights on the back, which is called as glyph. So it added a new feature to the phone, where most of the people, they like the glyph face. He introduced Nothing One. There was a lot of stands that people say Nothing was not working properly. He said, I am the seller, you are my customer, I won't leave you with problems, I will solve it. And he said, I won't release the next phone until I am correcting the first release. Through OTA, over the air, he updated a lot of phones by giving updates, weekly updates, daily updates, monthly updates. Within 6 months, Nothing phone 1 was very perfect. People started to talk about that Nothing is the only company that is listening to the customers. In the latter part, after 1.5 years, he released Nothing 2, which was success. And now Nothing 2A, it was sold 10 lakh units in a single day, and next he released Nothing 2A plus. So this is the story of Nothing, where there is a big market of telecom industry, mobile phones industry, where if we want to succeed, we have to listen to the customers, or we have to satisfy the customers. He had a detailed study of 3 to 4 years in his life, and you can watch it in YouTube also. His sessions are there. He says, as an inventor, as a maker, I have to satisfy the customer, and I have to know what they really want, and like this that product will be refined. So this is the first case study which I want to tell about Nothing. The second one will go for Netflix. So most of the design thinking classes will have this as common. Netflix is a 40 to 50 years company. Netflix is a 40 to 50 years company, where it started as a VCR cassette selling company. Then now it is working on streamlining movies in the internet. They grow by step. Whenever there is a chance in technology, they change their business. VCR into postal department, they send the VCDs to the rental houses, and again they got it back, and later they moved to server stored movie release page, and they jumped into streaming on direct link. Likewise, now Netflix is surviving more than 40 to 50 years in the market, and they are getting very successful in this. With this, I will conclude my design thinking crash course. Just I have pushed all my overall ideas in design thinking, and in my next section I will go by unit wise, one by one, chapter wise or unit wise. I will go one by one. Until then, thank you. Bye. Venkateswaran. Thank you.